Midnight, 43 years from now in the past, he got cerebral attack. In the morning, a few of his neighbors and his wife were able to took him to the hospital, and he was admitted there. After a couple hours, he came into the sense, came back to the sense, and soon he realized that his lower body got completely paralyzed. In a couple hours, he could also realize that he has lost complete control on urination and bowel movement. He was basically surviving with the help of others. 3 weeks long treatment in the hospital, and doctors decided to discharge him. During discharge, a group of doctors told him that he will never be able to stand on his leg. Not only that, another group of doctors told his wife that he will not survive for more than 90 days. His wife was broke and couldn't resist herself than sharing this with her husband. But during discharge, this gentleman told the doctors, "Hey doctor, one day I will stand on my legs, and not only that, I will go to my office by walk, and I will. And doctors, it's not 90 days, I will survive for 90 years. He was surviving with a son of 6 years, and his wife was carrying their second child. It's not too difficult for us to understand that being the only earning member of the family, what toughest, challenging and difficult situation he was passing through. Now, after coming back home within 30 days, he was able to move both of his legs tiny amount on the bed. In another 2 months, he was able to lift both of his legs a little amount. And in another 2 months, guess what? He was able to stand on the floor with his legs, yes, with a bit support. Within 1 year, he started going to his office, and that too by walk. Over a period of time, he built his own house, that to a big 2-storied house. He supported his child throughout with the education as best as was possible. He also became the owner of a business and supported his child for his business. This gentleman is none other than my own maternal uncle. I call him Mama. Think about those days when he was surviving in the hospital. Had he thought about that he will never be able to survive anymore, had he thought about that he will never be able to stand on his leg, what would have happened? Those days, had he lost his mind, do you think he could create such a wonderful, amazing journey of his life? I still remember my old days when I used to meet my mama once in a year, he always told me one thing. My dear, if you think you can do it, if you think you will do it, you will be able to do it. Try and try and try, and never ever lose your mind. And you will see one thing for sure, that you are moving forward, and that's life.
Why are we bringing our mama story in front of you? Because in our lives, we have faced number of situations where we feel that things are over. Life is done. We cannot go forward. We cannot overcome it. Life is stuck. And we have learned how to overcome it. We have learned how to develop an unstoppable mindset from our mentors. We have learned how to accept the reality with the even worse situations. We have learned how to ask ourselves the question, what can I do best now, even in that situation? We have learned how to connect our existence with the purpose of our life in this planet. It's not only us, or it's not only mama. If you look back in the history, you can find thousands of names. You don't have to go long back. If you surf in the internet, you can find number of names like Richard Branson, Steve Jobs, Nick Vujicic, Carol Thakkar, Arunima Sinha. I can give you thousands of names who have proved with their life that mindset is the key of success and happiness. Why it is so important to develop a mindset that gives the belief on myself, that gives the belief with every disastrous situation or with every failure that it is not the end of the world. I can come back with even a greater bounce. The mindset that gives the powerful motivation and skill to learn from each and every tiny and major mistakes and failure. They have proved it with their lives. In number of situations, we face questions like, are we against the formal education? No. We are not against the formal education. We know that formal education gives knowledge, and it is needed. It is needed to get a good score, to get a good degree, because it helps us to take the entry in the professional level at present system. But my question to you all parents is, does this education provide assurance, or forget about assurance, does it provide any clue or any input that we will be able to continue this journey with grace, success and excellence? Does it give any clue that we can have our life with ultimate happiness? Does it give any clue about our own element? Does it give any clue that how can we create our excellent life, not a mediocre life, a life of excellence where we can do whatever we love to do and create the excellence and create the ultimate happiness? What if whatever job your child is getting after completing his or her formal education, what if he or she loses that job? What next? The world is changing in an exponential speed. As per the law of evolution, the world is becoming very different with every year. It's becoming challenging. Whatever world we are seeing now, it won't be the same after 20 years from now. The formal education, what is at present there, whether it will cater our children to have a life of ultimate happiness and excellence, or they need to develop a mindset where they can cope up with any situation, where they can develop their own confidence, they can develop resilience, the skill of bouncing back, or they will develop a high motivation or skill for learning from any situation, where they will develop a mindset of understanding perspectives. Choice is yours. There is a time call. Whether you will give your 100%, your heart and soul in arranging the formal education for your child, only the formal education for your child, or you will add on another important education, another fun education where your child will enjoy and will learn to develop the mindset, will develop the confidence, will develop resilience, will develop a new learning skill of learning from failures and mistakes. Think deeply. Mind that parenting is not only growing your child, it is regrowing yourself with your child as well. I believe you can take your thought deeper, you can dig deeper. Have a great mindset, have a great life.